I found you can easily do lots of fun things in the UK on a student budget. From eating out to travelling around, you'll never get bored.
I spend surprisingly less on groceries and food, and thanks to student discounts, I get to save on shopping, I get to save on food, I get to save on cinema, so there is a lot of perks to being in this place.
I learnt really quickly that things like loyalty cards or looking for offers or shopping points are important.
I live with two of my other friends, so there's three of us in total, and when we shop for groceries, if we buy things like big packs of carrots or potatoes or like garlic, we like to share that, or even milk and oil.
One piece of budgeting advice I'd give to students is finding out all the foods that you like to get out or drinks you like to get out. Find a way to make them at home. So one thing I did last week was found some chicken that I love to get out in town, and I was able to make it at home, and it saved me a lot of money, and I was also able to get multiple portions out of it.
In terms of budgeting, I'll firstly advise you to use a bank app that allows you to keep track of your spending habits and set a limit on how much you can spend each month so you can see if you're over or under budget.
I know, like, as a student, we have to really consider about the cost of living. You can divide by grocery, transportation, accommodation, and also for other stuff like shopping or entertainment. So beyond that, you can have better management of the expense monthly.
I personally think it's quite easy to travel around the UK just because everything is so close and connected. You can go on buses, trains, if you want to coach it, that's doable as well. And certain cities have these bikes for hire. And in addition to that, it's also very, very cheap to travel around the UK, especially as a student, because most of these bus companies or train companies offer rail cards.
And overall, the cities are normally very walkable, so that's a big pro.